Well, howdy, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and it's a familiar face here with us, Ronnie Wilson, who is Hopkins County Master Gardener. And we talk to Ronnie every so often about all things gardening and plants of all descriptions. And so here we are with the Christmas season upon us. And nothing is more associated, well, there are things more associated with Christmas, but poinsettias are very much part of Christmas.
They are everywhere this time of year.
And we definitely identify them with Christmas. And they are beautiful plants. They really are.
Yeah. One thing that I never knew for years and years, I always thought poinsettias were red and green.
Yeah.
But there's many varieties,
now
all different colors.
I did not know that.
Yeah, very variated leaves. I mean, it's amazing.
What are some other than red and green? And you said very, is it variated or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. But what are some other
There's
types?
Cream-colored ones. There's white ones, and some of them have two colors on the bracts.
Yeah.
They don't really have leaves. They're called bracts.
I see. But I think most people would prefer the red and green for Christmas, because that's what we are familiar with. And these are perennial plants further south, but not so much here.
Not here. We are in Zone 7, and the poinsettias are perennials in Zones 9 through 11, which would be far south Texas, Mexico, and Central America. And there, where they can grow year-round, they get incredibly large.
Oh, they do? How big?
Yes, 5 to 6 feet tall.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'll be darned. Wow. But they do not have to be a plant that you only have for Christmas. You can keep them inside year-round, and will they live for a long time indoors?
Well, depends on how well you care for them.
Well, I understand, yeah.
But yes, they won't get the red bracts unless you do the process. And it's quite an intensive process to get the leaves to turn from green to red. It takes about 10 weeks. Starting the mid-September, the plant needs 16 hours of complete and total darkness. So you put it in a closet or put a 5-gallon bucket on top of it. When you get up in the morning, say 9 o'clock, take the bucket off, put it in some filtered light, and then at 6 o'clock that afternoon, put it back under the bucket. And this goes on till almost Thanksgiving, where you can stop the treatment of complete darkness and then give it filtered light throughout the day, which will cause the leaves to turn red.
Gosh.
I say leaves, I mean bracts.
Yeah, right. Well, but most people would just call it the leaves.
Yes.
But so to get that red and green quality takes quite a bit of doing.
Quite a bit of doing. The plant does it naturally. As the fall season, they get less sunlight. So you, as a gardener, you have to trick the plant into thinking that, okay, now is the time to bloom.
But if you keep the plant indoors after Christmas, if you water it and fertilize it and so forth, it should stay alive for a long time. Would it stay alive for years?
Well,
possibly?
I don't know about years, as long as you tend to it.
Well, since you said it's a perennial, I mean, of course, a perennial is a plant dies away and then comes back. So,
Here in Hopkins County, it gets too cold. These poinsettias don't like temperatures below 50. So if you keep it inside, between 65, 75 degrees and keep the soil moist, they should live for quite a while.
And you say a little all-purpose fertilizer on a monthly basis.
Liquid all-purpose fertilizer. And what I've read says apply that fertilizer at half strength. They don't need a lot of feeding.
I see. Great. Well, that's some good tips on poinsettias. We have just a little bit of time left. Another plant associated with Christmas is mistletoe, and that's an invasive plant. And some people, I don't guess we would call it a weed since it tends to grow in trees, but you say, and I had the idea that it was very harmful to trees, but you say it's not all that terribly harmful to trees.
Not really. I mean, it's not helpful, of course, but
it's a parasitic plant.
Mistletoe is a parasite. and it feeds off of the trees, and it generally affects the older, weakened trees, not so much the new, younger ones. The younger trees have a pretty thick canopy of leaves, which helps shade the plant, and it keeps it from growing. Plus, on a younger, vigorous tree, the bark is constantly expanding, and the bark can expand faster than the roots can grow into the limb.
I'll read the scientific genus of the mistletoe, and these are notes that Ronnie provides. The scientific genus of the mistletoe, in other words, the scientific name, Phoradendron, means thief of the tree.
That's right, because it steals nutrients and water from the tree.
But it's not that terribly harmful. We're going to run out of time here, but if you wanted to obtain mistletoe then as a decoration, where would you look? And it's not that hard to find.
No, not at this time of the year. Once our healthy trees lose their leaves, you can see mistletoe pretty easily. It's an evergreen, and it'll grow in clumps, very noticeable. And I suggest that if you want to collect some, just break it off at the limb, or if you can't reach the limb, I use a pole saw, which can be 10 or 12 feet, and just cut it off flush with the limb.
And you might see it not that far up in the tree, because I tend to think of it as way up high in the tree, but not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
So, but it should be more visible this time of year.
Yes, it is.
Right. Very good. Is. Okay. We're out of time, but this is as always great. Poinsettias and mistletoe, and what could be more appropriate to Christmas season. Ronnie, Merry Christmas to you and all that.
Merry Christmas.
Very good, and we'll talk with Ronnie again soon. Ronnie Wilson, Hopkins County Master Gardener. I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST.